Okay, so Saturn just entered Aries not too long ago. I think it was on, May 24th. And since I have a natal Saturn in Aries placement, I thought it would be only right for me to talk about my Saturnian lessons. So here's how I've experienced Saturn. So I always say that Moon is home and Saturn teaches us how to honor home in everything that we do. This is how we get to what Saturn's known for: discipline, learning, growth, self-preservation, and self-realization, structure, and alignment. This is what I've come to know Saturn as. Moon is home and Saturn teaches us how to honor home in everything that we do. Saturn is also the planet of time because it takes time to develop the self. It takes time to learn self. It takes time to know self. And overall, Saturn is about, this is my take, Saturn is about learning, growing, developing, and aligning with us, what is authentic to us. I feel like that's always the focus with Saturn. And just to make sure I didn't leave anything out, I'm going to read some of my notes. I said Saturn forces us to reevaluate our personal growth. It's all about the self-accountability, self-responsibility, self-courage to lead your life in the way you envision. Saturn in Aries is about releasing any ideals, thoughts, patterns, and habits that restrict us from authentic self-actualization. Anything that takes us away from self-intimacy is being highlighted at this time. I don't even think I meant to include the last part, but I'll throw it in there. That's how I am interpreting this Saturn in Aries transit. And before I begin to talk about how my Saturnian lessons, I had quite a lot to say about it, so I'm definitely going to break it up in parts. I'm going to go ahead and let it be known where my Saturn placement is. So I have Saturn and Aries in the 3rd house, and I'm also an Aries moon. And instead of giving like a whole, breakdown on what this means, I kind of wrote from Saturn's position, like how Saturn works in my life, how I've experienced Saturn. I don't really know how to say it, but just listen. And actually, it's pretty lengthy. So, I'm going to just make a separate video. See you there. In this position, Saturn really wants to hit the ground running with all this energy available to her. But her natural personality is always more concerned with organization, patience, and process. As a result, Saturn can feel antsy, irritated, and restless. Saturn will want to just give up sometimes and succumb to an already curated path because she has to fight really hard here to create what she wants to see physically manifested. However, Aries is all about identity and knowing and moving in who you are. Succumbing to what doesn't truly resonate with her puts her right back at square one. Here, she has to learn how to effectively embrace time to create her authentic reality. She learns that energetic output without assertive, intentional direction gets us nowhere. Saturn in Aries feels like she can have anything she wants, but naturally, she knows that what she needs is more important. She knows that what we want doesn't always need us, and what we need is always ready to be wanted. In Aries, she realizes what truly supports her truest self, and she works to dissolve any fears or blockages that restricts her from aligning with it. Mars, the ruler of Aries, is known for its dominance, aggression, and action-driven mind frame. Since Saturn is all about self-preservation and isolation, Mars' normal commitment to seeing the plan through and acting for action's sake doesn't work for her. Also, Saturn isn't concerned with outer dominance. In Aries, Saturn is more interested in her own ability to be the most dominant figure in her own life. Her desire to develop and sharpen her self-authority simultaneously forces her to be aware of the vast amount of existing beings that wish to dominate and control her life as well. Whoever said iron sharpening iron was ever supposed to be pleasant? Surely not Saturn. And in Mars' house, Aries is naturally competitive, whereas Saturn is not. Her focus is all inward. So these other powers seeking to dominate her can almost be missed by Saturn. However, when she does become aware, she wastes no time in asserting herself. Saturn is always learning, and these power plays continue to teach her things about herself. She observes and studies what motivated them to seek her power in the first place. It may not have been anything she was aware of before the play, but because she's so focused on herself here, once she self-reflects, she's immediately made aware. These attempts to steal her power only offer her more opportunity to further learn and embrace it.